Yo, what is going on everyone? Xtra Father here, and today we are going to be ranking all of the Gears 5 maps, original maps, not ported maps from Gears 1 to Gears War Judgment. First map, All Father's Arena. I think this is a good map. I think the atmosphere and like the way that the map just plays, I think it plays really well. I think it plays well in a lot of game modes. I'm not really sure about like TDM. I don't play a lot of TDM. I play a lot of objective game modes, so this is a really good map for those King of the Hill, Guardian, like capture the flag, like stuff like that. This is a really good map for those, but I'm not really sure about like TDM and stuff like that. We're not rating these as like horde maps or anything like that. We'll save that for another video, but let's move on to the next one. Reactor. I think this is a good map as well. I think the gameplay wise of like the boom shot and the sniper play really well on this map. This map can get crammed if you have like 5v5 objective game modes, but this is really good for those competitive control or competitive TDM because it is a little spacious. It's not like All Father's Arena where you have cover like every so often. In Reactor you have it like everywhere. So this is a really good map for like those competitive game modes. Moving on to Regency. I think this is a 50-50. It's okay in many places. This map really strives on 5v5, not so much on 4v4 because there's so much space in this map that it just feels so empty with 4v4. But on 5v5, like quick play, this map is really good for those. But in like all the other aspects, especially for competitive, this is not a good map. Even though everybody likes it, I don't think it's a really good competitive map. It would be a really good competitive 5v5 map, but not 4v4. So moving on to the next one, Asylum. I think this is actually this is one of my favorite maps, and the reason is because it's diverse. It has moving parts within the map, which is the train. The train can have a lot of funny moments. The overall overlay of the map is quite good, especially for like, it's good for 4v4. It's good for 5v5, so it doesn't feel empty like at all because it's a smaller kind of map, and the atmosphere is good. I love this map, and it's actually one of my favorite maps on here. So let's move on to Bunker. Bunker is... I am not a fan of Bunker. This map, it's kind of weird. Thinking of fighting for like the drop shot or the torque bow is such a weird placement because it's on this like platform, but it's in a weird spot. There's an upper level and then there's a lower level and then there's an upper level and a lower level. Like from the bunker area, I can't remember like what it's called for, but there's so many areas in this map that you can like lancer down on top of people that are fighting. This map just has a lot of open area and it just feels misplaced. This map should have probably been in Gears of War 4 instead of 5 because of the Lancer. I'm not a fan of this map, even on Horde or anything. Like I do not like this map. All right, moving on to District. This is actually... oh, it's good. I don't think it's better than Asylum. I need to stop saying I think. District can be a really good map at times, especially for like competitive control or capture the flag. Capture the flag is really good on this map. When you get to the 5v5, it can get a little crammed, especially in that mid area where the M-bar usually spawns. I like fighting for those frag grenades. I love fighting for the Scorcher and incendiary grenades. I think those fights are really good. I love the aspect of this map. I just don't think it's like a really good map. I think it's a solid map. I think like doing like stairs instead of doing the different tiers of platforms, I think that would be overall better for the map. But let's move on to Afira. I think Afira is a 50-50. I like the atmosphere of Afira. It can be really good for 5v5 maps, but like for most of the competitive modes, this map just feels kind of empty, especially for a game mode like TDM. I cannot imagine like how boring these two maps are on TDM competitive. Like it can't be fun. I think overall Afira is a okay map. It's better for those 5v5 quick play modes, but definitely not the competitive modes. Moving on to Exhibit. This is a weird one because it kind of reminds me of like Security and Museum from Gears Judgment. I'm gonna throw it at 50-50. I don't dislike the map, but I don't like it. I think it's a good horde map. I don't know what to think of it. Like, putting a sniper on this map seems kind of weird. If you took the long shot out, I think this map would do a lot better without that. Like, if it had a torque bow instead of a long shot, I think that would help out like a lot. It just feels a little misplaced. It's okay. All right, for Icebound. Not a fan. Y'all thought I was gonna bring it to favorite. Hell no. Icebound is not a good map on any mode. Like, it's not so terrible that I don't want to play on it. It's just not a good map. And it's like the same reason for Bunker. There's so many areas you can lancer from. It just seems so misplaced. I like the ice aspect of the map, but in so many instances, you're just not even shooting the ice. I think this map plays a little better for like TDM competitive, but it just doesn't flow very well. There's a lot of cover aspects that kind of just like, especially going from that top area right above where the drop shot usually is, man, the going down that and trying to like go right into a Nasher battle, it seems so weird. Moving on to Nexus. This is actually my favorite map in the game. Back when this map came out, I felt that this map did really well in like a lot of game modes. If you want to say that this map is kind of large for a TDM map, I disagree. King of the Hill is really good, especially quick play modes. Dude, this map is the best for quick play modes in my opinion. Again, guys, this is my opinion, so don't like try to be like, oh yeah, don't do that, because it's my opinion. So I think it's overall just a great map. The flow is really nice. The atmosphere, especially with that corpser, oh my goodness, it's so cool. It's such a good map. So moving on to Pahanu. Hard pass. I think this is the worst map in the game by far. It struggles with everything. The only good thing about this map is that the atmosphere is different. There's bones and acid and lava and stuff like that, but man, this map just really kind of does not work in any game modes. When this map first came out with Capture the Flag, or Gridiron it used to be called, this was an okay map. But playing this map on any other game mode is kinda shit. Get out of me! I do not want to play this map like ever again. Just the worst map in the game by far. Ritual. This is a good map. Competitive modes, I think this is actually a really good map. Quick play, it's really good. It doesn't feel like it's too much for a competitive. I haven't played much of like the competitive TDM, but I've played a lot of Control. This map flows really well. There's really good fight areas, especially for the boom shot, and fighting for those nades is actually it reminds me a lot of Ruins in a way, more than Nexus does. Like it's weird, but I think Ritual is a really good map. I don't think it's a good horde map, but it is large, and I think that's probably one of its downfalls. It's not a bad map, like, at all. So okay, moving on to training grounds. I think I'm so mixed between these. Like, in some game modes, this map is really bad. Like, it's okay, but in some modes, it's really good. I'm gonna go with a 50-50. In quick play, training grounds is not great, but it's good. It just depends on what game mode you're playing. This is a good horde map. 4v4 doesn't feel that bad on here. 5v5 feels a lot better. You're starting to see the trend that all these original Gears 5 maps just don't feel really good for 4v4, and that's a really big downfall for these, especially since all the competitive modes are 4v4. All right, let's move on to Tomb. Tomb is a mixture. It is a 50-50 because in some game modes, quick play, this map is good. Competitive, it is not. It feels empty. It's not a very good 4v4 map. Competitive Control is not that bad on here. If you're playing like really good teams and you have like, if you're playing solo, for instance, solo Control on here, and you're going against a 4v4 or a 4-stack, you're losing this map because it's like there's a lot of little spots, especially like those little hallways behind the tombs, man. That is, oh, those are so hard to get into with competitive Control. But moving on to Vazgar. I I think it's 50-50. I think it's right on, like, there should be a tier below this, but Vazgar can be good. Actually, fuck it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know why I, like, really dislike it. Much of this list I'm basing off of like 4v4 competitive control, so that's a big reason why most of these are just like ugh. And I think Vazgar struggles with the same thing, is because competitive control just feels very lackluster on this one, unless you're going against like a really good team, and you have a really good team. This map's actually kind of good for it. It can be putting the snipers on this map, making so much of it like a pathway. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Sniping on this map can feel good. Sniping on Spire compared to Vazgar is completely different. There's a lot of open space, and it's like all like in the same platform. Like there's only 2 platforms in the whole map, and this one has like 3 or 4. It's just weird. Let's go to Village. I think, this one's gonna take some thought. Village. I'm gonna say this is a good map. I think it feels a lot like Ritual in the same aspect of there's a lot of good areas to fight. Like for the sniper, I don't like how there's a cover base. There's a cover right next to the sniper. I don't like that, but it causes a lot of good fights that I really enjoy, especially fighting for like the drop shot or the boom shot is really good on this map. It doesn't feel empty with 4v4. It feels really good with 5v5, especially for like competitive control. This map feels really good for competitive control. That is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys had a little bit of reflection, you know, fresh ideas in your mind. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more content on Gears of War. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.